Hi friends, welcome to Axesys Infotech YouTube channel. We have received a board for service Dell Latitude E5440. Customer complaint was laptop turns on sometimes and does not turn on sometime. Let us check the impedance value of each coil so that we can find whether if there is any leak or short or abnormal impedance value in any of the coil. All the coil impedance values are okay, but in 5-volt line I find the difference as a minimum. There's a low impedance. It is not short fully, but there is a low impedance. We can check through that location if there is any abnormal components. Let me check if there is any defective component around 5-volt coil physically. I think there is a capacitor which is looking corroded. We can check the impedance value of the capacitor. It looks there is no full short, but there is a leak, I think, and due to the leak the capacitor works properly sometimes, and sometimes it is abnormal, so board does not turn on. Let us remove the capacitor and see if the condition is changing. Removing the capacitor, if there is improvement in impedance value, then the issue might have been solved. There is a board in which there is a complete short or completely dead, it is not turning on. Finding the solution might be easier, but when we receive a board with abnormal condition, it is really difficult to find the issue. In this case, we found a corroded capacitor in 5-volt line and the impedance value was low, so we suspected the capacitor might be the issue. This also is my assumption. Once we remove the capacitor and check the impedance value, then only we'll get to know whether we have found the solution for the issue. Let's work on it and then see. I'm removing the capacitor using solder iron. We can remove through blower also, but because of corrosion, if there is any damage in a track, that can if you will use a blower, it may damage the track, so I prefer using the solder iron. Solder iron also can damage the track. We must be very careful. Experience is must, and the proper solder iron must be used. Many solder irons and lack of experience may damage the board and it will cause a new issues. It's a simple issue, it become a major issue then. I try to give a closer view of what I am doing. The capacitor is removed, and due to the corrosion in capacitor, it also corroded the track linked to it, and while I tried to remove the capacitor, track got damaged. Minor part of the track just came out. Let me build the track a little and then we can replace the capacitor. Due to minor part of the track got damaged, I can see the track from where it is coming. I am trying to through the track from that location to the capacitor. It is done. Now we can replace the capacitor. I have a bunch of scrap boards from where I can take the same capacitor and replace it with this board, and then we'll check the impedance value of the board. If we want to do a service quickly, we should have a bunch of scrap boards, which will help us a lot. Scrap boards are must to get many components that will not be available on the market will be available only on the scrap boards. And if you buy a component separately, component cost is going to be high. If you have a scrap board, we can get many components at cheaper cost also. Let me replace the capacitor from the scrap board. I'm not going to check the motherboard without replacing the capacitor. We can of course check, no issues, it's a filter capacitor, but I always prefer it's corroded and track is also gone, right? So I always prefer replacing the component and then check the board condition. Now as this board was abnormal condition, we have to close the kit entirely, even the display, and then check the display, run the OS and see. Several times I had to check the restarting the board. I had to shut down and keep the laptop for 1 hour, and then we had to start and see all that. Now I am placing the capacitor in position. I think it's placed properly. You can see the view at the left side. where I have given the closer view of the component that I have changed. Now it is fine. Leave the board for 2 to 3 minutes to get cooled. I will wipe off the extra flux that is available on the board properly, and then we wait till the board gets cooled, and then we can turn on the board and check what is the condition of the board after replacing that corroded capacitor. I think the issue will be solved. We clean the excess flux that is available on the board so that board appears neat and clean after replacing the component. Never turn on the board before cleaning this any liquid or this on the board, because it's not conductive, but still it might short any component maybe. It looks appears perfect. Now let us check in the impedance value of the location where we have replaced the capacitor. If it is good, then we can be confident on what we have done. It looks good value. Impedance value has a huge improvement comparing to before, where it was looking very low, and that was maybe due to the leak in the capacitor. Now the board is ready. We have to plug in and check the reading it is taking. Yeah, board turned on. It will restart for some 2 times, 3 times. Let us check the display through the keyboard. Once we get the display, we can fix the kit. Yeah, the keyboard, I think it is coming. Display, yeah, display has come. You can see the caps lock blinking. Okay, if the caps lock blinks, then the board has given the display output. Now we can fix the kit. We can fix the board on the kit, and then we'll check the display again. Once we get the display, we have to run the board for 1 or 2 days. We have to check whether the abnormality has gone, restarting several times, and then running the board for an hour, then shut down the board and restart. Like that we check it ourselves. Once we are confident that the abnormality is gone, we can hand over the board laptop to the customer. Now itself I am confident on the impedance value itself, but still once we hand over and then customer comes back with the same complaint again, then it will be a bad impact on us. So before handing over, it's always better to check thoroughly and then hand over to the customer. Then only we get the confidence of the customer. Now also I'm not going to fix it completely, because I don't want to do a rework again fixing the board, and then if we get the issues again, then I have to open it again. So I'm just fixing the essential things that is required to boot the laptop. Now I'll just check the display. Fixing part I will do myself. First I wanted to see display output. I want to show you actually. It has come, display has come. I want to show in the video that display has come. After that I will fix the kit completely and check. Okay, I plugged in the adapter. Display is going to come. Power laptop has turned on. It's restarting. You can see the light power LED. It's getting restarted. 2-3 times will get restarted, and then BIOS reset. That means then we get the display. Yeah, I got the display now. You can see the Dell logo right on the screen. We have got the display of the laptop. It is not showing any abnormality now. Just turned on and started working properly. Let's check it again and again. Thank you for watching.